Have you ever wondered, why you don't just collapse when you haven't eaten, drank water, or when you suddenly stand up too fast? Your body has a powerful survival system quietly working behind the scenes. It's called the Renin-Angiotensin Aldosterone System, or RAAS, and today I'm going to break it down so simply, you'll never forget it again. What RAAS means, 045 to 2. Let's start from the beginning. RAAS stands for Renin-Angiotensin Aldosterone. It's a hormone system your body uses to control blood pressure, control fluid levels, keep your organs alive. Think of RAAS like your body's emergency response team. Whenever your blood pressure drops or your body is losing fluid, RAAS steps in to fix it. Imagine this, like you haven't been drinking enough water all day, or maybe you've been sweating a lot in the sun. Your blood volume starts dropping. Your blood pressure begins to fall. If nothing is done, your brain and organs won't get enough blood. That's when RAAS activates. Renin. Step 1 starts in the kidneys. Your kidneys are like sensors. They detect low blood pressure, low sodium, low blood flow. When they notice this, they release a hormone called renin. Important, renin doesn't fix the problem directly. It simply starts a chain reaction. Angiotensin cascade. Now, here's where things get interesting. Renin acts on a protein from the liver called angiotensinogen and converts it into angiotensin 1, but angiotensin 1 is still inactive, so it travels to the lungs where an enzyme called ACE converts it into angiotensin 2, and this is the main active player. Think of angiotensin 2 as the problem solver. What angiotensin 2 does. Angiotensin 2 does 3 powerful things. 1, it tightens blood vessels. This increases blood pressure quickly. Real life is like narrowing a pipe so water flows with more force. 2, it acts on the kidneys. It constricts the afferent arteriole, helping maintain filtration even when pressure is low. 3, it triggers aldosterone release. This is where long-term control comes in. Step 3, aldosterone. Aldosterone is released from the adrenal glands. Its job is simple. Tell the kidneys to hold on to sodium, and where sodium goes, water follows. So your body retains water, increases blood volume, raises blood pressure. Putting it all together, let's quickly summarize the flow. Low blood pressure leads to kidneys release renin to angiotensin 1 to angiotensin 2. Angiotensin 2 tightens blood vessels, maintains kidney filtration, releases aldosterone. Aldosterone retains sodium and water, increases blood volume. And just like that, your blood pressure is restored. Why this matters, RAAS is not just theory, it's involved in real conditions like hypertension, kidney disease, dehydration, and many drugs used in hospitals target this system. So the next time you feel dizzy or dehydrated, just remember your body has a built-in system working hard to keep you alive. That system is RAAS, simple, powerful, life-saving. RAAS equals raise blood pressure, add water, save the body. We're going to take a deep dive into the Renin-Angiotensin Aldosterone System, not just what it does, but how it actually works at a physiological and molecular level. We'll go from stimulus detection to enzymatic conversion to receptor binding, and finally to systemic effects on hemodynamics and renal function. And as we go, I want you to picture this not just as abstract physiology, but as a real-world pressure control system, like a smart plumbing network inside the body. RAAS activation is triggered by 3 primary signals. 1, decreased renal perfusion pressure. 2, decreased sodium chloride delivery to the macula densa. 3, increased sympathetic stimulation via beta-1 receptors. These signals converge on the juxtaglomerular cells in the afferent arteriole, lower tone, explanatory. Now think about this. Imagine the kidney as a smart plumbing system in a house. When water pressure drops, sensors immediately detect it. The afferent arteriole acts like a pressure gauge. The macula densa acts like a salt sensor in the pipeline. And the sympathetic system, that's like an external override saying, we're under stress, increase pressure now. Brief pause. When all these signals align, the system prepares to respond. Juxtaglomerular cells are modified smooth muscle cells that synthesize and secrete renin and aspartyl protease. Mechanistically, beta 1 receptor activation increases CAMP, stimulating renin release low NaCl. At the macula densa, triggers prostaglandin signaling. Decreased stretch directly stimulates JG cells. Renin is then released into circulation, initiating the cascade. You can think of renin as pressing an emergency activation button, like turning on a system from a control panel. Nothing happens instantly, but it starts a powerful chain reaction. It doesn't fix the problem directly. It simply says, start the process. Renin cleaves angiotensinogen produced by the liver, forming angiotensin 1, a decapeptide. Angiotensin 1 is then converted by angiotensin-converting enzyme, primarily in the pulmonary endothelium, into angiotensin 2, an octapeptide. ACE also degrades bradykinin, contributing further to vasoconstriction. This entire process works like a domino chain reaction. Each step activates the next. Angiotensinogen is like the first domino. Renin gives it the push. ACE acts as the final conversion step that produces the active molecule. Once angiotensin 2 is formed, the system shifts from activation to action. Angiotensin 2 exerts its effects primarily via AT1 receptors, which are GQ-coupled receptors. Mechanistically, a T1 receptor activation stimulates phospholipase C. This increases IP3 and DAG, leading to increased intracellular calcium, resulting in smooth muscle contraction and vasoconstriction. You can think of this like a lock and key system connected to an amplifier. Angiotensin 2 binds the receptor like a key entering a locked solidity, but instead of a simple response, it triggers an internal cascade that amplifies the signal using calcium. A small signal produces a large physiological effect. Hemodynamic effects 1. Systemic vasoconstriction. This increases total peripheral resistance and raises arterial pressure. Imagine tightening all the pipes in a plumbing system. The same volume of fluid now generates higher pressure. 2. Preferential constriction of the efferent arteriole. This increases glomerular capillary hydrostatic pressure, helping maintain or increase GFR during low perfusion states. Think of this as partially tightening the exit pipe of a filter. By restricting outflow, pressure builds inside the filter, preserving its function. At higher concentrations, afferent constriction also occurs, which can reduce GFR. 3. Proximal tubule effects. Angiotensin 2 increases Na+/H+ exchanger activity, enhancing sodium and water reabsorption. 4. CNS and endocrine effects. It stimulates thirst via the hypothalamus and promotes ADH release from the posterior pituitary. At this point, the system is not just correcting pressure, it's actively coordinating vascular tone, fluid balance, and behavior. Aldosterone is released from the zona glomerulosa of the adrenal cortex. Mechanistically, it binds intracellular mineralocorticoid receptors, acts as a transcription factor, increases expression of ENAC channels and Na+/K+AT PAs pumps. The result: increased sodium reabsorption, increased water retention, increased potassium excretion. Think of aldosterone as telling the body, do not waste sodium, conserve it. Like saving money in a bank, sodium is retained and water follows it automatically. Where sodium goes, water follows. So by conserving sodium, the body expands extracellular fluid volume, increasing blood pressure. RAAS plays a critical role in maintaining GFR during hypoperfusion. Efferent arterial constriction increases glomerular pressure, allowing filtration to continue despite reduced renal blood flow. You can think of the glomerulus as a pressure-dependent filtration system. If pressure drops, filtration fails. By tightening the outflow, the system maintains internal pressure, like partially blocking the exit of a filter to keep it working. However, excessive vasoconstriction reduces renal plasma flow, increases filtration fraction, and may lead to ischemic injury. So while RAAS is protective, overactivation can become harmful. RAAS dysregulation is central to multiple pathological conditions: hypertension, heart failure, chronic kidney disease. Imagine a system designed to raise pressure, but it never turns off. The pipes remain constantly constricted, fluid keeps accumulating, pressure stays chronically elevated. That is what happens in these diseases. Pharmacologic interventions target different points in the system: ACE inhibitors, angiotensin receptor blockers, aldosterone antagonists, These therapies reduce vasoconstriction, decrease fluid retention, and prevent pathological remodeling. In conclusion, the Renin-Angiotensin Aldosterone System is not just a hormone cascade, it is a highly coordinated, multi-level control system integrating renal sensing, vascular response, and endocrine signaling to maintain perfusion and homeostasis. And when you think about it, it functions very much like an intelligent pressure regulating network, constantly adjusting to keep the system stable.